So tell me step by steps here, what I have to do. Just you can go with like any microservice, and after that like you can register it, na? So that will be also fine. Otherwise just create it your in this Eureka server, like there is no any code, na? Basically you just need to like configure the server only, Eureka server, correct? So like we'll create one project, service registry. Okay, so here I'm not changing anything, it's Maven only. Tell me the dependency here. Dev tools. See here, don't be confused. Like when you search for the Eureka, like there are server and client also. So for the Eureka server service registry, like it's on the server only, not client. Client for detecting the port, na, basically that detecting the service. So here we'll take a server. Is anything else? See here, fin client no need to take it because we are just like registering like all of the services only here. So need to think like where the fin client is required, correct? Where you are calling the microservices in between there. So you can take like the services help. What things like I have to do here inside this? We'll set the port number. Again, just try to understand like the DTO concept with the ModelMapper. I think many of them like they are getting confused. Which data we have to send. So like in a, I think in a Postman only you are getting the errors. So you are sending the some object, but you are getting the null. But data is there already inside the table. Correct. So like why it is happening, because you are not mapping properly. The mapper you are not mapping properly. Do you remember that in the first time only like I was explained, like when you are going to fetch the data, na, so that time what you have to do, what the type conversion will be there, DTO to entity or entity to DTO, like you have to go entity to DTO. And when you are going to adding or like manipulating something, na, there like the DML level operation, so for that you have to go DTO to entity, because we are saying converting DTO into the entity, na. Just remember these things only, this is the enough things over there, and based on that like you can add like many DTOs and many mappers over there. See, because why I'm saying these things, na, like when we'll come with like the introduction part, na, for the client sides, so you have to add this everything inside your introductions part. Like when you'll explain your project now, like you have to say like I have used like the ETOs for like this purposes, like we have added like the model mappers, why the purpose is, like where it is getting used further. Are you getting this? So like the clients are like they are understanding, they are considering like he is very experienced one, like he is know everything over there, what are the things he has used. So don't keep like anything over there, like he will ask the questions over it, the cross questions over it. If you explain everything inside it, na, like what he was expecting over there, so he will not go for like the more questions for the technical things. Understood? So see here like the project is added. Here no need to, here what I have to do here. See, once you run the like the Eureka server, like it will not able to find out the server, na. So for that, like what we'll do, like first of all, the server dot port is also like not needed. But why we are setting that, because many services like we are running here only. You know that actuator wala concepts. Actuator. You are asking something about the actuator. What actuator? So here you can take like the help of the actuator over there, because many microservices you are running. So actuator like it's just like holding your many responses with the many services they are going over there. It's taking the result of your many microservices over there in actuators. Okay, so in that terms, like for taking the endpoints, it's getting used. So tell me here what I have to set in the properties. Here like we'll set it. Which annotation we have to use? Enable this one, na? The same one, like when you go to like communicate with the like the fen clients, na, so need to add one annotation here, enable fen clients, so then only you can able to like communicate with each others, so then only it will detect the something is going over there from intercommunications over there. So here like we are just communicating with the server now. The properties wala part just tell me here. Server dot 8761. The next this one, na? Which one was there? Fetch register and discovery, na, there I think. So we'll just search with that keyword only, na? This, na? It's again false. Correct. So sometime na, like what you are doing the mistake, whenever you are searching for this keyword, so like you will not able to find out that keyword. So why it is? Because the dependency is not properly loaded. Instead of loading the server, you are loading the client, so like client will not give these things which is there inside the server only. Done, na? I think, is there anything more in this one? So you can start the like the server. So I'm not going to start now, like we'll just make it like the one more, that is first manager wala. So like in a manager I'm just making only the one API, that find all wala. So like add wala you can just hard code it the data there, or else like you can add the DTO then. Yeah, I'm giving the name as employee service. Here tell me what things we needed here. Spring Web, DevTools, MySQL, JPA, Eureka client, na, here. This one. Is anything else here? It's the manager, na? So like for the manager fen client we are not taking. If you want again in a future, so you can take it from the Maven repository then. Maven will also give it, na? If you forgot here to like add it. Okay, so I am not making structure here. You will understand the structures. Everyone has know the structures, the DTO and that one. So like I am just creating the file inside the same package only. It's added, na, here. What name like we have given here? It was our manager service, na, first I given like the EMP service. So again it's required then like the fin clients wala, na, then what we'll do then here, it was my manager service, na, like we'll change it like the name in a application properties, the server application name, na, here. Yeah, what will give it? Manager service. Okay, it's like by mistakenly like I've just given this name, EMP service there. Rename. Okay, it's fine, no? Here it will make a problem. Fine, it is going fine. We'll see if error is occurred, then like we'll see. Okay, so tell me like what things we required here in this. We'll just make like the one model. So here first I'm adding the manager model. Next, yes, next one more, that is DTO, one service, manager repo, yeah, manager service, so don't do anything, just like do revise it. So like which of the things you have done the yesterday, you have to just like revise it. One more, that is class na, that is manager controller. Is there anything else here? D2O mapper. So I'm not adding that, so like we'll just give it the name as mapper config. Here the package is required now. What you want? ModelMapper. Copy this. See, don't do here mistake, like mostly like when you are adding this dependency, check the dependency wala section na here where you are adding. Up to this, like the dependencies are there na. So just try to add your dependency inside this only. It's added. Okay, so tell me this work now. Here which annotation like you have to pass? Here we have to create one method now which will return the model mapper. We'll create the bin. What we have to return here? New model mapper. That's it. So then we'll come into the manager. Tell me this work for the manager. We'll make it first entity. So it will make it like the same table name na here for it. The data here. We'll use the wrapper class integer mid and m name na here. Check the data type here. So sometimes you can see like in a Eureka Server on it showing some emergencies. Why it is showing the emergencies? Some issues going in your the microservices and it's showing if something is happening over there. Check with that. If it is not sure na, so that's why like it's saying na, like the signal is not getting on the server. So it's showing, see, I think it's taking everything, it's maintaining the progress of your the application, which of the things are going there. Okay, so here for this, for the MID @ID na here. Generated value dot next. Here now if you know like, so you can use the Lombok then. Okay, so like why we are adding this, like you can understand like this. Sometimes like when we are calling the getter setters na, we are not understanding na what method is going wrong there. The setter method is not calling or getter method is not calling. So Lombok is just going with directly annotation. So we are unable to check it there then. Do as per like if you are like very well inside it, so like you can directly go for the Lombok then.
Sometimes the Lombok doesn't work properly.
The method it is, see it mostly like it's trying to take you like the main properties na, according to your properties only it's creating the methods and that one thing. Here generate get a status. So as we know, like only like what we are doing here for the DTO, like what we have to do here. Yes. Yes, for the DTO. Can I take the same thing? No need to add it, na there. We'll just take into this. Only just don't take this annotation. DTO. Yes. So here I'll add it. Only we'll just change the constructor name. Done it is. DTO is done. So like after that, like where we have to go? In application.properties, like we'll just configure the properties. What we have to add here? Again the port number here. Server dot port. Let's say give it 8081. Next. Eureka na Spring data source. What is our URL all apart? This one no only. Tell me that URL JDBC colon // 3306 your database name. MicroDB. Next after URL which one? Username na this. Its username is okay, and anything else that Eureka client na? What we have to add that discovery? Service. Register wala tell me that for the client registration. Tell me that property name. Huh? Default zone wala. What it is, tell me. Eureka.client. Next. Service. This, na? Eureka.client. Dot. Here. Is it capital or small? Z. Somewhere I think it is taking the Z small. HTTP localhost 61. That's it, na? Is anything else here? So come with like now the main service wala part and repo, na? Here, where is repo? Here. Here we'll extend it. Just it's fine, na, but like he got something. So come to this. अरे So tell me now, like there is most important. Yes, guys, all of you see here for this DTO wala pass, the mapper wala. Here we are using the model mapper. See where you are getting confused here now. Okay, so like we'll have to like just keep the one return type as a DTO only because we are sending the response in a DTO only, na? So don't make a void then. Okay, so like what will be our return type then? Manager DTO. Here let's say add manager wala, and the parameter is here. Next, so as we know, for the adding part, like we have to go from DTO to entity, na? So first we'll take this object here, na? So like how the mapper will go there? Mapper dot map. So first DTO we are converting into the entity, na? Here. So my entity name is what? Dot class. So here you will get the data, and that data like will store into the manager because we want the entity, na? We don't want the DTO here. And that which of the data you are getting, so it will map like all of the things. And so like here we'll take the use of repo dot save, na? And we'll save this entity. But again, see here when you are saving this response, like what data it will get returned, like it will return like the object or DTO? Entity it will return it, no? So we cannot like return it directly here. Correct? It will give the error because it is returning like the entity, na? Here. So what I have to do, like can I store into like the manager again? We'll just create like another object, okay, and then we'll pass one mapper because it's for like the response, here mapper dot map. So M2 we are sending and we are converting into the DTO, na? Because DTO will get like the response then. Manager DTO dot, and now you can return it. Return. Just store it, or otherwise you can directly return it, na? Here. Understood these things? This is for the adding. For fetching, we have to return the list of manager or manager DTO. DTO, na? Again it's required the DTO, like we'll take it DTO here. Then get all managers here, return repo dot correct. So like we'll pass one reference, mapper dot here we are converting into the dot take a two list also, like you can do. Or just convert into directly. Correct? So it's returning like the DTO object, na? Here. Next. Vanshika, first see this. For working on it, like first see this, like because you are getting confused in this DTO and model mapper. So only for that purpose only I am showing this thing. Here. See like why I am just creating this thing, because I am just calling this API through the fin clients in a EMP service. So I want to mean this service here, so you will understand that then. Okay, so I am not creating like all of the APIs here. Next thing is what? Controller wala tell me here. REST na it is. We are passing only the, let's say, managers only. Again we will get the service name there, correct na, when we will create the gateway. So we will not add like the more. Here what we have to inject? Manager, service, here public, so do I need to show that like API response, or like you have done it? Done, na? Here manager DTOs, like I am just like responding only the DTO here from this. Okay, next is what? Add manager. Here service dot add managers. The parameter is what? Fine. Here request body na here. So here response na, like what you want, that class you want na, response, API response wala, just make it. What fields are necessary there? Private will take the message, and second just take a object. No object we can return like anything there. This is one our data which we are sending na, second parameter. Pass one constructor, so like we can directly call the constructor na, parameter is there. Getter setter, so I am creating if it is needed somewhere. Right now it is not needed. Okay, that's it na. This is one the custom class, right? It's not inbuilt class. API response is not inbuilt class. So where I have to call this? Instead of manager DTO, like I'll return the API response na, because I am sending the API response like over there. So what I have to like return? Dot, just pass the OK status, and here we are calling the API response wala class. The first parameter added success, and here the DTO na here. So we will just store into the correct. So like we'll give this DTO. That's it. Here mapping at the rate post mapping. Any confusion here? Understood na this API response wala part. Then for the gate wala part, public, again we are sending the response entity. Here list na, we are sending list of manager DTO, get all managers. Okay, here service dot correct, so it will fetch it and will store into the list of manager DTO. What we have to return? Response entity dot pass normal status and pass this DTO inside it. That's it na. So it will return the data here. Here the get mapping, is anything else here? Everything we have mapped here. So can I run like both of the application? Run anything, like it will just dev tool is there, it will auto refresh over there. Otherwise run the Eureka server. Any server like you can service registry here. It is fine. It will detect later, We'll take that emergency. Emergency only it is showing there. Started, localhost 87, correct. So no instances are available because we have not started any service here. Here like we have to run this. It's taking time now here for loading, its storage is full. See, first of all, like once you run the like server, check the status of your server here itself, in a Eureka. Then only just go inside that. Here both the servers are there. It's manager, Use the example, otherwise that MySQL, my admin wala direct work. Here only will handle that one. It will take time to open it. Database, yes. It will check for your existing database. I'll not open this application. It's already loading this too much. Once it will load in a PHP my admin wala, so it's responding very fast then.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
For testing time, it is very nice service. It's better to go with this. Easily you can test it directly. Just click on there, you can check the response. When you will write the query and that one things, What was the database name?
MongoDB.
This one only. We'll create it. It's added. So now we'll run it. We'll run it again. Just refresh it. Started, select, there is no emergency. It's working fine without any emergency. So we can test our APIs. Huh. What was that URL our? 8081, like we have give the port number. No? 8081 was there, na? Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Hmm. अरे here 8081, na? It is managers or manager? Managers, no? Post here, body, raw, JSON. Huh. Tell me here. Only one property is there, no? Name. Raj. Manager change. Server error, could not execute statement. Doesn't exist. Now we have added, na? Entity also we have added, na, there? Entity is not only added, I think. Manager doesn't exist. So we'll check into the is anything is remaining here. DDL wala. DDL, tell me there. DDL. This, no? Are update wala one. So that's why it is not created, na? What was that command? DDL.
line number 8 now you have set the true one na, so it will come update. Value
Here, na? And for the query wala part was there. Show SQL, na? Is anything else here now? So it's not send the request, na, there. Server was on, na, there. It refresh, I think. It was previous one. The response, the message we have added, success, and this is your data, na, which data we have sent. Let's pass one more. John. Correct, it's loaded. And for the get wala, it's get, na, only. To data added. It means manager is added successfully. So we'll go for the employee. Now the main work is from the employees. So here, like, I'm adding the project. Tell me the dependencies for this. Spring Web, MySQL, JPA, Eureka client, Fin. Open Fin. Is anything else here? Huh? Not here. 9 API gateway. That is different project. See here the main work is there on employees now. Correct na? The manager wala like while fetching time like we'll go with that the manager wala data that we have to check. So it's added now. Yes, all of you see here what we have to add here, like where is employee. Yeah. So can I take this properties wala file, copy this. I will change the application name. We'll close all. Arey, cursor is not going na. It's going slow. Here it is 80, 82. What will do?
Another database, different DBs.
So separate database will create it or same database? Take any database. Both will work. Different. Arey, so you have to tell me the previous only na, so like I can just give the name as manager, even here EMPDB you can give it. So it will again the create it then. Okay. MicroDB. Which you want here? EMPDB. Create. Is there any hyphen and something? Create database. If exist or exist only? Only exist is equals to, that's it, no? So I'll open that properties here. Its data is gone into that one, na? Again need to add it then data. It is in MicroDB there. Manager DB. Okay, we'll save this. This is already started na, this server. We'll check in this. So do I add it from this sites only? Huh? Okay.
To add the data na existing data.
You were just saying like use that postman also. We can use that postman.
Again, postman.
For existing data writer के बोल रहे हैं ना.
Anything can.
One was Raj, na there. Correct. So in a manager itself, two managers as added here. Okay. So next we have to come into this. I'll close this property here, na. Tell me here now, like for again here, na, employee. The same into the application. Here it is, employee. Detail. Repo. Service. Next. Controller, na. Mapper config. Is anything else here? So I'm taking the dependency from this project itself. Which one? Correct? So close this. So tell me now it's added. Config wala also, like we'll take it the here tell me for this employee now. Same entity data, tell me here. EID, ename, salary also you want. And one more, private MID. I'm adding that. at the rate okay. Done, the DTO is also done. Hmm.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Here it is, employee. Service, na? At the rate employee repo, na? Auto hire. Add वाला tell me public. Parameter. Yes. What? Yes, Bhageshri. You're talking something? No, you are talking something, I think. Yeah. Mapper also you want, na? Mapper dot map it will return the EMP. No? Next repo dot save, na? We'll save this entity and we'll store into the again EMP. Next return mapper dot map, here it is E2, na? We are sending into dot, that's it. Is anything else here? Yeah, it is not added. Correct. So this part is done. So I'm not adding the fetch wala now. First, like we'll add it, and then for the fetch, need to create that one. Na? We are fetching that manager wala, fin client wala. So first I'll complete this work. Here rest. Request mapping. Here it is employee service. Then public so here now I'm not sending the response that which is not created now here. So I'm just passing only the DTO then. whole body like I'm sending EMP DTO. Here service dot employ this to store into the DTO for understanding. DTO, correct. Next, response entity dot, I'm passing the normal status direct HTTP status dot, we are sending this DTO. The body we have to send the DTO object. Na, here I'm not sending the message now. Is anything else here? Here it is, post mapping. Anything is remaining here? It's unconfigured, na? Server is not started, na, this one. See if the issue is there, so like it will show there, then Eureka. Edit, we'll check the service. See, showing the emergency. Something is going wrong in our application somewhere. Until we will handle it, it will show that emergency. Yeah, this employee service, na? It's running. We'll see what the issues are going. Okay, in a postman, like it will show if there's some problem. Huh? Nothing, somewhere like there's some DT or something, the entity is going wrong, na? Some small kind of issues also is showing the emergencies here. Huh? What?
Just restart the Eureka server, then it will not show the emergency.
See, the service is on, EMP service. Restart the service means what? The dev tools is there, it's already doing the restart, na, there. The same thing is happening there. What's Sai Kiran? Where is that service registry? Just do something and just do save it. It's restarted. Something was going issues there. Something was there. Here it was showing, na? Client instance. It to its employee, na? Body, name Sai Kiran. Then email sai@gmail.com. ये salary है ना? MID John. See, in first request only it's got success. Sai Kiran. The power of Sai Kiran. Without issue. We'll take one Akshay, best friend. Akshay will get 4. Give the different manager. It's added now here. EMPDB na.
Electricity के ऊपर नीचे starting ऊपर 8,000
Correct, it's added. So now we'll come to the fin. Okay, so for the fin, like what we have to do. So for the fin, like what we'll do here in a EMP, no, only see. So for going, as I said, like we cannot define the method here. We don't know only the implementation, what the implementation they have reset na there. So we can just go with the interface only. So we have to add one interface. So it's providing the services from the manager, na, basically. So we'll give the name as, let's say, manager client. Will provide the services from there. Correct, but how it will find out na whether the services are getting from the manager only. So for that we'll take one annotation. And client, just define the name. The service name was what there? Hyphen service, na? This was the name. And then so which API we want here? Now we are merging that manager our data into the employee, no? So get all wala or find by ID wala. We want the particular manager, na, I think. We want the another API. Find by ID wala we want, no? That only particular manager we were looking, na? Here it will give like all of the managers in. Tell me, like we'll add the one APIs in a service. Tell me here. Fine. Public. What you have to return? One single, na, DT only. Get or find manager by id. Parameter let's say MID. Next here repo dot find by id will pass this MID na, and where we have to store it. It will return the manager or manager DTO. Here or or else it will return the null if it is not there. Now like I need to convert into the DTO na, this data. Tell me return return mapper dot map m into manager. That's it, no? Is anything else here? Nothing. We'll go into the controller. Here get mapping public response entity manager DTO, single manager only, like we are looking at here. Find manager by ID, one parameter, and here like we are looking for the path variable na, basically. So we will pass one more annotation, that is path variable. Which one? Integer, let's say MID, and here we will pass it na. The one slash is already there na, and this one will take MID. That's it. Here what we have to return? Service dot find manager by ID MID, which will return the DTO na. And we will respond into the dot OK status pass anything. Here we will directly DTO. Is anything else? Or we have not written here. Correct na? Is anything else here? Because this only data we want na, there manager wala. So again we will test it first like on a postman before going over there na. Here it is 8081 na, I think. Managers it's working here. It means now we can go for the employee service. So we'll come to the now manager client. So see, basically from this, like what I have to do, like I want only this method na. I cannot take this body, I don't know the body about it. Correct? So we'll just come into the service. Can I take this? Only this one na? Nothing other things we can take. We can only declare it. So again here we are taking this EPA na, it's EPA, it's not only the methods. So need to pass path variable and also pass which field you are mapping here. So it's checking, it's comparing with your API from which microservices you are taking. So we are taking the MID na. Here what API like you pass there, get mapping. Tell me the API there. You are taking through managers, and then this was the API na, which is like it is sending from there. Is anything else here? So the manager DTO is not there. You need to add it. Okay, just create it like here the DTO one in a employee na here new class manager DTO. So see, like after creating these things na, it will just compare your data, this manager, which method like you are creating inside the manager client, it will compare that method with your that microservice. If it is not matching, it will show error here inside this in console itself. In a manager DTO, like what we'll do here, it's already there na, I think manager DTO for fetching purpose only we are taking here this. Then it is come to the manager clients. It's correct, it is now. So now the main thing is what here, this method find manager by ID wala. If you make it like the different method na, so like it will not compare with your that API. It is checking each and everything. It will check this, and after that it will go for the property which you are taking through the path variable, which is matching or not. Huh? Return this. Yes, the whole method it is checking na, there we are taking from there only. So where I want this implementation in service na, employee service. Tell me here like how to now we are going to fetch the employees na, basically. See, we have the DTO employee DTO, but there is MID. I want the M name na with the employees. So can I just add one simple DTO for fetch wala? You can just add it into this. What will give the name? Employee DTO. Let's say 2, it's second DTO. Here we don't want the MID na. We'll take this only. Correct. What we need to change here? If you want ID, so like you can take ID also na, because we'll get ID and name also, both details we are fetching. DTO2. So it will take then ID name or like only name? Both. Private string M name. Here M name na. Next M name na, here we pass this parameter. Correct na, and get a setter. We'll take one string wala. It's added. To tell me like how it will now work for the employee service na, here. Here public, our return type is what? List of EMP DTO 2 na, second DTO we are returning here. Here find employee by ID. So first we'll just search for like the employees na, who's getting with like their managers. Find employee with manager, and the parameter is it's EID na, here we are searching the employee, we are not searching the manager.
So why are you taking different data list if you are doing one manager?
It's only single na, we are fetching the single employee. Okay, the next here how will he find out? So from the repo, like we can just pass find all wala method na here. Find all wala. So if I pass find all like this EID, so which data like it will give it? Array it's find by ID. So it will just find out the employee wala data na there. So we will just store into the employee. Next, now employees wala data is fetching here. After that, managers wala. Now I want the manager wala data na here. So how will I get it? Again, like here, the manager client we want na the interface. Manager client here. Auto wired. Correct. So client dot find here e dot get MID na, because MID wala get property is there. So based on that, like it will find out it. And where we have to store this, what it is returning DTO na, I think it is manager DTO. Next step, what will pass now here? So I'm directly first calling here without mapper. We'll call the constructor. Constructor is there na, parameters constructor. So now only the 3 to 4 details are there. Okay, first we'll check the details, or else like we can go for the mapper. Mapper will send like full details. Then if suppose if I'm going with this objects e DTO is equals to new, what parameter was there here, you can pass it na, the parameter. What we are going to look there, e dot EID. Tell about like the DTO wala part, that mapper. There are more properties na, e dot get email and DTO dot get MID get mname. Correct. And I'll directly return it na, this one without mapper. Here it's without mapper na, we are not past the mapper, we just call the constructor directly only here. It's just parameter na, and it's like we are taking the value here. You can take like any values na, it just like want that value. So it is returning like the one integer wala value and string wala value na, in other cases from the manager sites wala. So tell me the controller wala part here. Get mapping, here it is EID na, employee ID like we are sending now. So public employee DTO2 in a response entity na, response entity, just pass this DTO. Parameter here at the rate for the employee na, it is integer here service dot which is returning the DTO na only. will return entity dot this dt. That's it. But now see here, you can see one error is showing. The manager client, why it is showing the error here? See, I'm getting these issues, like why this issue is going there. We are trying to communicating with the manager service, but we have still like not enabled, we are not allowing the permissions here. So like we'll come into the here, just need to pass one annotation, enable fin clients. Okay, it's going here. Well, where I have to check now? Our API was what? EMP na, and slash EID. Two EMP, like I think we have added na here. It's from 80 EMP get. It's fetching na, which is present inside the manager. I think it's not difficult, na? It's very simple. Fin client is doing this thing. See, even both are working on different database. They were able to communicate with each other.
So if you want to send headers,
Yes. Yes, through the API also you can send it. But first make it that headers in your main API, like from where you are sending it.
in employee, na?
Yes, in employees. And then you can receive it here. Yes, understood this. So like we'll implement. So who has not done the implementation? We'll add one more project. There is nothing, no, only properties like we need to add only. Yes, the dependency. Only the thing here, just don't add the Spring Web. Yes, listen. Here don't add the Spring Web because or like the gateway is providing the clouds. Okay, so like no need to add it. The dev tools like we are adding for what? For auto refresh. It will take the auto refresh over there. And the Eureka client also needed, no? This one, na? Don't take the server. And one gateway. It is not there, na? I think. It is not updated here, yes. What we have to search here, which dependency? This one, no? Spring Cloud Starter Gateway. Yes, so here like we'll add it.
Locate and watch. If that comes.
Where I'm adding this. Where it is? Dependency. Start a gateway. Version remove it. It's added. Tell me the properties wala part here. Your locator na enabled na, so it will enable your capital wala, so it will just camel cases that capital cases wala it will check it. Here port number 8080 common. Okay, so instead of taking like the another port number na, just take the 8080 wala common, which is the common na for our application also, for the Spring application. Okay, in this case only, see, when you are setting the like locators na, again it will just give you the access. It will give the access of your other services, but it will ask you na capital cases na there. You cannot write in like the small case, but every time like will not go in a capital case na here. So just add lowercase wala. What was that? This only. Correct. So like we can able to call it. If we have registered na that yes, we have registered that like the Eureka client in every application properties. Just try to do one thing there. Just comment that property and check it, because it should be detect when the dependency is there na, through the dependency it should be detect over there without writing any properties over there, application properties. We have passed that like the zone na, that default zone. It should be not needed because it is auto detector Eureka clients, so it will not check for like any properties or anything. Here also like we are not registering, so like it should be take there. Correct na, because it is a client, it's just detecting your server where the server is started for the Eureka. We'll run this one. It started na here. Okay, it's also up. So we'll come into the postman. Yes, so we'll call this same APIs only. Only the thing what we have to search here. Here we are taking from the EMP service na, and the port number is 8080. See, don't forget this EMP service. If you don't not added that lowercase wala, so it will say like you have to add in a uppercase EMP service then. It's getting na. So through this common URL now you can able to consume it na, 8080 port number. So both the port are accessible now. That port also you can use, that particular service wala, or else you can go for this gateway wala ports.